It's that time again. The annual conference of the American Society of Ag Consultants, otherwise known as ASAC, is going to be held in Fort Myers, Florida, this November 4th and 5th. Kurt Covington is one of 9 professionals who will address the conference. The other speakers who will cover a wide range of topics represent Florida Farm Bureau, Florida Citrus Commission, University of Tennessee Institute of Agriculture, National Ag Law Center, Risk Mitigators and Advisors, Tyler Associates, as well as the lead economist for dairy at CoBank, and myself, Chrissy Wozniak from North American Ag. The day and a half of presentations will be followed by ag tours on Tuesday afternoon at Echo Farms, one of my favorite places here in Fort Myers. Attendees will experience farming at its most creative, with unique demonstrations, plants, and techniques being used to help farmers and urban gardeners in developing countries. A second tour at Echo will showcase simple technologies that can improve food, water, and shelter for millions of people. A third tour of a hydroponic grower is also being planned. For more information and to register, visit www.agconsultants.org. That's www.agconsultants.org. See you there. Welcome to North American Ag Spotlight. I'm Chrissy Wozniak. My returning guest today is from Toulouse, France. And since 2016, she's been co-director of an international organization called FIRA. They hold conferences around the globe based on autonomous machinery and robotics in the agricultural space. FIRA USA is coming back to California this fall for the 3rd time. And in my opinion, this is a 3-day event that you cannot miss. It's also one of my personal favorite farm shows of the year. I would like to welcome Gwendoline Legrand. Welcome, Gwen, and thank you so much for being here. And it's so great to see you.
Thank you, Chrissy, for the invitation once again. It's a very big pleasure for me to be here.
So how are you doing? And are you getting excited for the show? And now I'm sure you guys are all busy trying to put everything together, right, in the next couple of months?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, it's coming very, very soon, especially as we are very close from the date and people are getting excited. We have already sold almost all the booths, so the exhibition zone will be amazing, and the same for the demo area. So yeah, everything is almost setting up.
Wonderful. So I've been to all of the FIRA shows. First was in Fresno, last year was in Salinas, and this year the show will be held in Sacramento. So let's talk first about the show in Salinas. What were some of the successes and highlights that you that come to mind from last year's show?
Yes, sure. So what was nice in Salinas last year was the number of demos that were playing during the 3 days, actually. So we had this very nice space where everything was at the same location. So you had the exhibition zone very, very close from the demos. And that was something very exciting. We also got the chance to set up real crops, like real life fields, to make these demos in vegetables, on orchards, in vineyards. And that was something also that was very successful for the participants because they could really see how the robots and the autonomous systems were working properly. So that was something very nice. And I would also highlight the fact that we almost doubled the number of participants last year, in Salinas. So that was a big success. And I think that's part of the success is the number of growers that are attending more and more the events because they need to know and to understand what kind of robot can address their everyday challenges.
Definitely. And I can remember in Fresno, I remember you saying that you had something like 400 registered, but 800 people showed up, and how exciting that was. So I'm so excited to hear that the number actually doubled last year too. So it's going to be exciting this year. And so in Fresno, we had a bus tour, which was really cool to see. But then it was easier last year because we didn't have to leave the grounds. So how is it going to be in Sacramento?
All right. So this year we also have a bus tour, but I will come back to this later. But it's not about the demo. The demo will be very, very close from the exhibition and everything that's having place in the Yolo County Fairgrounds in Woodland, so very close by Sacramento in California too. So this is a very, very nice place because actually you have everything at the same location. You have these tiny buildings that are welcoming the conferences, the exhibition, private happenings, like press conferences or those kind of things. And it's kind of park with nice olive trees. It's like very, very nice and very, very comfortable for the participants to have everything they need at the same place. So yeah, it's completely different. So every year we're changing the location, we're changing the formats, and I wanted to highlight also the fact that there is a big reason why we are changing the location every year. And the main reason is because we want to get as close as possible to the growers' needs in California to make sure that every grower can attend at least once to FIRA, and also that we can better understand their needs depending on the area we are having the FIRA. And this year, and that's very special because we are nearby Sacramento, the capital of California. And that's also a reason because we wanted to get closer to the legislators and, the public institutions, because we understood that people needed to better understand also what automation means in terms of technologies, in terms of adoption by the farmers, and also in terms of safety, and what are the manufacturers and the technology suppliers doing to improve the safety of those machines. And we think that it's very interesting for the legislators to have the possibility to take part to this event and to talk with everyone who is doing automation, but not only the manufacturers, also the growers that are needing automation in their fields right now.
Right. And that's what's so incredible about this show. It's different than any other farm show in that you get to talk to all of these innovative minds. They're all there. Everyone is open, and there's such a feeling of collaboration. And you get to see every single piece in action, which is unheard of at a normal farm show. And then of course it's like you're stepping into the future, right? You think of carbon robotics and the laser weeder, like you that's straight out of the Jetsons or something, right? And one of my favorites is Burrow, that follows you around and recognizes
Yeah.
you. And there's just so many advances in agriculture technology that it's just mind blowing. And to be able to go to one place where you can see it all is just really overwhelming. And you come away from it going, wow, we're in such a cool place in agriculture right now. And then you think about the grower who has all of these labor issues, right? Who has
Yeah.
these safety issues, who has all of these issues, and you can see how it comes together and solves real problems, right?
That's true. That's really interesting what you're saying, Chrissy, because you're right. You can see so many robots and automation at FIRA, and that's the only one place in the world you can see all those machines all together at one place. So you have to spend your 2 to 3 days over there to make sure that you get the chance to see everything and to talk to everyone. But I think what's particular, and I totally agree with you, Chrissy, and I think that's the collaboration part at FIRA. And I think it comes from one thing: manufacturers and industrials don't want to propose machines from scratch. They want to propose machines that are answering proper needs from the grower's point of view. And so that's why more and more, and this year particularly, it's even more real at FIRA, we are building those collaborations through roundtables this year that are, for some of them, hosted by commodity boards that are really presenting the needs, the challenging that their industries are facing right now, and how automation could, from their vision, address those challenges. So they will be presenting the issues they are facing, And they will be also asking for the manufacturers how they can answer to those problems and how they can either directly propose the right machine, the right robots, or how they could collaborate together to build the right machine together. So that's something really, really interesting. And I think that's part of the reason why you feel that way when you are at FIRA.
Yeah, for sure. And it's real collaboration. Blue White just announced that they're partnering with New Holland, right? This is a place where this big business is happening, and the big three companies don't want to reinvent the wheel. There's these companies that they can partner with, and I think that kind of brings us back to, even though this is so futuristic, it brings us back to kind of a grassroots level, right, where we're taking the
That's
people
true.
with the ideas. So I just so inspiring.
That's true. And that's good that you're mentioning New Holland because this year they are becoming a big sponsor at FIRA USA.
Wonderful.
And that's really interesting to see how they are getting more involved this year once again, because as you mentioned, they are having such good opportunities to meet with startups, with new entrants, new advances in automation, that they have this capability to collaborate and how somehow to find the good partnerships together. And this year they will be there to, well, together with Blue White and Stout, with which they are collaborating. But New Holland is not the only one, because John Deere is also having a booth this year at FIRA. So we can see and we can feel how OEMs are taking more and more the opportunity to be present during FIRA USA, because they see the qualification of the audience. They can get very, very good and qualified people. I have also another nice success story to tell, if you don't mind, is
Yeah.
Nico Robotics. That is a robot that is doing precision spraying, and they are coming from India. And last year they came at FIRA and they were present for a pitch, and they met with investors and they got funded by one of them that is a judge at the
Wow.
startup pitch station at FIRA. But he was out from everything. They just met and they just had a good contact, and they got funded by this VC from Capital Global. So that's, yeah, I think now we can see that deals are made at FIRA, and that's something
Yes.
that's really interesting.
Yeah, and that's a big focus too. Tell the audience about the competition, because that's just really cool. Of who the how that goes throughout the 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. So we have this startup pitch session. We
Mhm.
have 10 startups that are shortlisted by the judges. The judges are VCs, M&As, and some investors. So there are six that selected 10 startups to pitch. And at the end, there will be one winner that will be awarded for the best startup of the year at FIRA USA 2024. So that's something that's true. That's very, very nice, because we have also the startups that are getting very big uh, potential and opportunities to meet with investors during the show.
Mhm.
So we have more and more investors that are coming and joining too. So that's a good thing too. So actually, the thing is, FIRA is about robotics automation in the farms, from prototypes to the marketed and the commercialized robots that are already in the fields for hundreds of units already. So that's really interesting, and that's why you have the investors, the journalists. They want to see everything and they want to be there when it's happening, and also more and more the dealers that are coming, because they also need to find the right robots that will
Mhm.
answer to the right challenges of their clients and customers.
Yeah, definitely. And you partner with Western growers and GoFar
Yes.
as well. Do you want to explain that a little?
Yes, sure. So we are collaborating and co-organizing
Mm.
FIRA with Western Growers Association and the University of California, A&R. This is a very strong collaboration. Us three, we are very complementary with the Western Growers. That is really having, of course, good collaborations with the farmers. So they are bringing many, many growers at the event and the show. And the University of California that has very good also contacts and collaborations with the industry and with the academics and the research parts. So we are all three, go for Western Growers and UC A&R, working all together for 3 years now. And that's a very like a success team, like I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing what, even before the show started, I was saying how it's amazing how that team comes together and just works so well together and puts out this incredible product. It's congratulations to all of you for the success
Yeah,
just in a
thank
few short
you.
years, right? Yeah.
Thank you,
So,
Chrissy. And I want also to mention
mhm.
something very interesting. Western Growers is working on use cases. They released the first one with carbon robotics,
Okay.
and that's available on the website of Western Growers. And
Yeah.
that's really interesting because we have the growers' feedbacks from return of investment point of view, all those figures that we need to have when using a robot. So they started with carbon. They are doing some others with Stout, with Eco Robotics, with Verdant very soon. And during FIRA USA, they will have this panel discussions where some farmers will really give their visions and feedbacks on
Amazing.
how this investment has a ROI for their farms. So yeah, that's really good.
Wonderful. Yeah, that is fantastic. So tell me about some of the other events that you hold around the globe.
Yes, sure. So we are also having the World FIRA that is in France every year since 2016 now. So we are entering the eighth edition, the ninth edition, sorry, very soon. So it's from the 4th to the 6th of February 2025 this year. This is so the second big event we are having yearly. And we are also having a strong collaboration with Australia. We are having this 3-year program in which we are involved as a partner that is funded by Hort Innovation. And we are partnering with the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries of Queensland in Australia and Farm Concepts. So we are all working together for the vegetable growers over there that with the labor cost that is increasing a lot is needed for automation. So this Australian group will be coming at FIRA USA and they will be doing this discovery tour. So that's the pre-event tour we are doing by bus, the one I was mentioning before.
Okay.
We will have 40 participants in total, 15 coming from Australia, about the same amount from the UK, and some individuals that we done the tour. And we will have 10 stops in California, in 10
Oh,
different farms to visit the
that's amazing.
farms. Yeah, having those visits and also, yeah, seeing the technologies and the robots in action in their farms. So that's something also that's new this year.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great sales pitch there too. That's exciting. Yeah, very good. So where can people find you if you have a few exhibitor booths left? If they're going to have to move fast, right? And then both for producers, where do they go to register?
Yes, sure. So we still have few booths left, and you have to take your decision by the end of August. So
Yeah.
it's a close date. In any case, you can find everything online on FIRA, FIRA dash USA.com. And on the website, you'll get all the exhibitors list, all the agenda, and everything you need if you want to register as an exhibitor too.
Wonderful. And my last question is, why do you work in this space? What are you most passionate about in what you do every day?
What I really, really love is to have, the growers have solutions to their everyday challenges and to see that automation can be one, but it's not the only one. And it's not an end because it's not the only solution. So automation can help. That's nice. But we need to find out how all the other solutions that we can bring in the fields to make at the end to feed the world with quality food on a sustainable way.
Yeah, very good. Well, thank you so much, Gwen, for joining me. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you in October.
Thank you very much, Chrissy. See you in October.
Yeah, and thanks to all who are watching or listening. If you want to learn more, links are provided in the show notes. And don't forget to subscribe to North American Egg Spotlight on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Amazon, or Rumble channels, or really anywhere that you listen to podcasts. And if you like this episode, give it a share. I would appreciate it. Have a great day.